What's up everybody, Sambo here. Welcome to my new mini series where I fix up your cities. So cities that have been submitted by you guys. I choose one, choose a topic, and we'll go through all of the issues and find what's wrong and how to fix it. But firstly, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're new. I really appreciate it, and give this video a like if you'd like to see more of these types of videos. Also, I'll be using mods throughout this video, so I'll mostly be using the traffic manager mod, and if there are other mods that I end up using, I'll put that at the bottom of the screen. Also, if you would like to submit your own city, you can do that after uploading it to the Steam Workshop. You can either send it to me on Steam, or you can send it to me in the comments below or on my Instagram. So the download link for this city is below, the before and after, so the unfixed and then the fixed version. And also just a shout out to the person who built this, and also an advanced apology if I end up coming off as a bit rude or overly critical about your city. So sorry about that in advance. So anyway, let's get into the whole city. So guys, welcome to Springdale. Now this city it's about 30,000 people, and the major issue is the highway connections. So that's going to be the theme of this video. In terms of traffic within the actual city, it's generally fine, but all of the traffic on the highway is very, very bad. All of the highway connections is very bad, and I know how to fix it, and maybe you guys know as well, but we're going to go through what to do. And just quickly, I should mention, I'm not going to fix up everything on camera, so I'll show you guys how to do it in one spot, and then I'll fix up the other bits off camera using the same methods, and at the end we'll see if it does improve. Now let's check out the traffic flow percentage, which is about 68. Okay, so let's just say mid to high 60s roughly, because when I opened the city at first it was 71%, and now it's 68%. So we'll see how that goes. So you can see it's already moving around, but let's go down here and check out what is going on. So the first thing that I can already see is you have 1, 2, 3, 4 lanes. 4 lanes coming off the highway, and then what's actually happening is they're all funneled down into these 2 lanes. But when you look further up, the first lane is actually one that goes into this area. So basically you have 4 lanes funneling down into one single lane, and then to make it worse, you have them all stopping at a traffic light, which isn't really necessary. And also, since this lane is going over here, it's really not that useful, because it's specifically only for the garbage trucks. Because if we go over here, this is only for garbage trucks. So firstly, what I am going to do is remove this connection right here, because then that obviously removes the traffic lights. And then what else I am going to do is definitely upgrade these roads. So I'm going to just use generally the vanilla roads. Hopefully I don't use any others. If I do, just let me know and I can link it if you really need it. So you can just use the 4-lane highway like this. There we go. And also just using this mod right here, I'm just going to make sure that they actually go to the right lanes. But before I do that, since we have 4 lanes coming in, I'm actually going to update this road. So I'm going to choose a very specific road. I don't know where it is. So I'm going to use this road here, the 6-lane asymmetrical road. So I'm just going to update it like that, simply because it has 4 lanes on this side and 2 lanes on that side. So this side isn't really that important. It's really all about this side. I've added all of the actual lane connections just to make sure that they use the correct lane. And you can see that they are slowing down. So what I'm going to do is use the junction restrictions, clicking on the junction, and basically just press this button, which allows them to go straight through without actually having to worry about waiting at an intersection. Now what I'm going to do here to stop all the merging is align all of the lanes, so there's not too many crazy bits of merging going on. So if they do need to change lanes, they can do that beforehand, before they get to this little area. So simply because all of it is meeting here, I don't want too much going on. So I'm also going to do it on this part here as well. By going like that, you can already see there's a huge difference. We already have a more natural flow happening. Even though they are still slowing down here for whatever reason, they do have their own particular lane. So all of them coming in here have this lane, and then so forth, all of those ones have that as well. So in terms of this side, I'm just going to also update it as well, even though it's not really that bad, but I do want to update it just so they have enough options. So basically, just wrapping up, what you need to do here is you need to make sure that you have enough lanes for all of your cars to come in. Now, it's okay to make them merge into smaller lanes, but make sure it isn't dramatic as it was here, where it was 4 lanes merging down into 1. Now, I'm also going to do the same thing here as well. So you can see that they're kind of deciding that they need to go here, there, cars are going crazy. So again, I'm going to align all of the roads just like this, so you can see that they're slowly adjusting. And then up here is a bit of an issue because you have so much traffic coming in and then they hit more traffic lights, and we don't want that. We want to create a really easy flow into the city. So I'm going to firstly remove the traffic lights just like that, and then I'm going to make it so no cars can cross each other. So these lanes here, they're all turning left. So we're going to make it so they can only go straight ahead. So that one goes straight ahead, that one goes straight ahead. And then for here, they can also continue straight ahead, and then they can also turn right. So they can't really cut across here and block this traffic. And then we'll do the same for over here as well. So all of these 3 lanes, we'll just make them all go right onto the highway. And then that way, no traffic should cut across in front of them and actually disrupt the flow of these guys over here. But since this lane isn't the priority road, I'm just going to make them give way. So guys, now that I've adjusted everything, you can see all of this traffic is going right through really quickly. All of the cars have dedicated lanes to go to, and it's already making such a huge impact for the whole area. You can see that there's really no traffic back up at all, so that really has fixed a lot. Now another thing that's bugging me is these little lanes here. So what I'm going to do is just a quick easy fix. I'm just going to make it, we'll basically do the same as what I just did at the larger intersection. So I'm going to remove the traffic lights, and then I'm also going to say, for example, these guys can't turn left and block that traffic. This side can't turn that way and block that traffic, and basically the same type of thing. So even though I'm really controlling these 2 intersections, they still have the whole city to change around. So let's say this car here wants to go maybe just here, they can literally just go down here and then go around the block, or they can go through all of these areas over here to get to wherever they want. So it's really just controlling these 2 little intersections to make the flow a lot easier. Okay guys, so another major thing that I've noticed throughout the city is the lack of other road connections. So for example, this big part here, they're really restricted if they want to go to certain areas. They can only go either on the highway or over this bridge, then go down here, and then they're directed back onto the highway again. So you don't always just need to direct them onto the highway. So basically, I'm just going to use any old road connection like this. You can also do other road connections where it goes over the highway and actually doesn't connect. And then you can just do other smaller secondary roads as well. So basically, you just want to give them as many different road options as possible. So another little thing I would recommend is using slip lanes. So basically, you might have an industrial area right near a highway or some other busy area. You can just add little slip lanes like this. Sometimes it's just exit lanes, sometimes entrance lanes, sometimes both. But this is only for your smaller amounts of traffic because it does only affect one side of the highway, but they can reduce a lot of the traffic that goes through the main huge highway interchange. You can also do other types of entrance lanes like this. Now obviously I wouldn't leave it as quickly done as this, but you could do something literally like that, because then all of the trucks and things, they can bypass this really busy yucky area and they can go directly into where they want to go. Okay, so another thing that I have done is I've added in this very quick, rough looking highway entrance and exit. Reason being is because I didn't want all of the traffic that wants to go to this area over here, which, keeping in mind, this is a very significant area. I didn't want all of the traffic to have to go through this area, so I gave them this highway entrance and exit so they can directly go on here and bypass this whole area here. Now it's going to take some time to come into effect, but it's going to be so much faster and really beneficial. Now, another really great option is to use roundabouts. So when you come off the highway, you have so many different options. You have so many cars coming in, so many exiting. You have a lot going on. So a roundabout is going to make it easy for them to choose where they want to go. The flow is going to be continuous because they don't have to stop at traffic lights, and it's just going to work a lot better, assuming you know how to do it correctly. Unfortunately, in this case, I had to demolish just a few commercial buildings, but I think for the greater good, I don't think it's too much to worry about. So at this point, I'm just going to go quickly off camera, readjust all of the other issue areas with the exact same methods that I just mentioned, and we'll be back to check out the end result and the traffic flow percentage. So guys, just to wrap up my tips while the city plays out, the first thing you should do is make sure that you have the right amount of lanes. So like this case here that we started with at the start of the video, there's 4 lanes, so you should have 4 lanes once they get in there. You should also try to avoid early traffic lights. So you don't want to have traffic lights right near where all of the heavy traffic comes in. And that's why I prefer to put in roundabouts, because even though it slows down traffic, it does keep the traffic turning and it keeps it going continuously. Now, the second last thing that I really recommend is making sure that you have enough different road connections. So this example right here, you don't want to make them all have to use one particular road. So what was happening in this city, all of the traffic was having to use the highway and there was no other option. So if you were stuck on the highway, that was it. There's nowhere else to go. So I added in a whole lot of other different roads. So there's this one here, there's that one, and a whole other bunch that have just made it so much easier, and the flow is a lot better already. And then finally, just the use of slip lanes, so giving them that extra option if they want to quickly get out of this industrial area or a large commercial area. They can quickly get off to the highway, or they can get from the highway back into the urban area and vice versa. So it just creates even more option. Wrapping up here, just one more thing I forgot to mention is you want to make sure that there's no traffic that's blocking all of your incoming traffic. So this exact example here, you have on this really wonky road all this traffic coming in, and then you have traffic coming from this road coming out here blocking them. So you just want to make sure that you avoid that. Maybe direct this traffic back up here somewhere. But just to show you guys, I've been recording for 40 minutes, so it's only taken me 40 minutes, and the percentage is now at 79%. So we started at about, what, 65, 66, 67%, up to 80%, and it's getting better over time. So I'm going to end the episode here. Don't forget, if you'd like to send me your city, you can do so on Steam, down below, or on Instagram. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.